So hey, it's Justin Pill here, guys, and it's capital J and the rest is lowercase letters, and this is Tyler Barnes here.
Hey, I'm Tyler, and my YouTube channel is Minecraft, all uppercase letters, craft with a K, mind is in mind. And yeah, we got some stuff we want to talk about. Casinos, don't like them. You like them?
Honestly, I don't.
There's a casino at Gateway that is failing, and they can't even sell it. Nobody likes it.
Well, apparently Trudeau does.
Yeah, apparently the Liberals are forking out $200 million as financial aid to keep it going.
Yeah, that's brutal. If taxpayers' dollars though, like what the hell? Like I wouldn't want anyone's dollars to go to that.
Yeah, it's evil. Casinos are evil. They're like drugs. Like people lose their livelihoods over casinos.
Yeah.
And if no one wants it, no one wants it. So,
for sure. But that's just how it is, man. That Trudeau guy is the shadiest guy ever.
Yeah, he's pretty shady.
Gay mafia, right? That's really what's going on, man. I'm serious.
Yeah, gay mafia?
Yeah, I don't care if they're gay, but it's a gay mafia, man. They do some real nutty stuff.
You think Trudeau's gay?
No, you don't know what that's real. There's like Hollywood and all that stuff. And
yeah.
A lot of rich people, the elite people, they're all connected. I wouldn't say every single one of them is, but I'm sure they are. And it's just these things they do. Like, there's all these people we see over here, that's in the field, right? Are just whatever everyday average Joe people, and then there's people like that. They're like multi-millionaires and billionaires. Yeah. And they do a lot of really funny stuff to people, and it's insane, and it's really sad to see it.
Totally. I mean,
the pedophile kid rings too.
Yeah, like
the States here too.
I mean, like when I grew up, I knew about this stuff. Like it was just common knowledge that the celebrities in Hollywood was all based on dirty sex.
People didn't believe me when I asked them if they thought that was a possibility. I'm like, dude, I've almost been kidnapped before as a kid. So think about a person that has money, what they're gonna do. I'm not saying everyone does, but most people do. You gotta do weird things to be an actor.
Yeah, I mean, Hollywood's been sexualizing children since the beginning.
Like if I wanted to be famous, I'd have to do funny stuff with people. I don't want to though. If you want to have sex with people you're not attracted to, no, but I mean, like that's what they make you do. People, my friend and other people were telling me that, and I'm like, what?
Well, I mean, was it Corey Haim that came out?
Yeah.
He came out saying all this stuff, and I don't know what happened to that. Nothing happened to Hollywood. It didn't seem to affect their business or whatever.
No, but it will though.
Yeah, so some good news.
Somewhat.
Texas has indicted Netflix over Cuties.
Yeah, that's hilarious. I laughed for 10 minutes when I saw that.
I don't know.
Choked.
I don't know what an indictment is, but I think all the states should do that.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't even explain it really. Indictment is like where you basically. I'm just trying to hear about.
But yeah, like when Cuties came out, I was like, what's Netflix thinking? They're gonna lose so much, and they lost so much money in their stocks.
I hope so.
I hope they bomb.
If it's a formal charge or accusation of a serious crime, I don't know. I didn't know the exact term. That's the North American definition. I think that serves to illustrate that a system or a situation is bad and deserves to be condemned. Basically, it's a good thing, man. That's what they deserve.
That's what they deserve. I mean,
every country should do that.
You can't have movies like that. It's horrible. Children watch that. I
don't want to see that.
I don't want to see that either.
But you know, when I was a kid, there was a lot of girls that were slutty that were doing stuff like that already, and it's because of Spice Girls and all these other people like Madonna. And I was like, when I was a kid, they were already having sex at like 9, 10, 11 years old and shit. And I'm like, what the hell?
That's disgusting.
And I didn't. I was still a virgin. I'm like, I don't care. But like 9, 10, 11, 12, I mean, that's what people do. But I'm like, I mean, these girls were like really slutty for like, I'm just saying, like, kids shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah, and the influences do come from media,
Hollywood, like media,
music,
everything.
Like, there was when gangster rap was getting famous, they had a meeting, and apparently all the companies all the labels had stocks in private prisons.
For sure they did.
So they decided to make a genre of music that advertised for their private prisons.
Well, do you think being a gangster is smart?
No, but
you're an idiot if you are.
This music, like
I mean, that's what they did, and people eat it up, and then they become gangsters, and
then they go to jail.
Shooting somebody or doing the robbery.
They end up filling up the jails.
Getting caught, yeah, and then they're getting rich off you and laughing at you.
Yeah.
They're laughing at people that are like, I love gangster rap. I still listen to Tupac, Coolio, and I could go on for hours with different artists I like, but I never
we're
really
white privilege.
tried to be a gangster.
There's like,
I mean, I grew up around gangs and whatever. I did a lot of dumb things when I was younger, but I never walked up and did stuff, shot people, or hurt anyone that like
there are
that.
people
That's
that,
what they were doing in LA, and they thought it was cool, and they started fighting, and different gangs fought.
yeah, they live that
nuts.
stuff. Like, to us, it's just music, but to some people, it's a lifestyle. And gangster rap definitely didn't influence people.
Well,
in the best
Vancouver
way.
isn't. There's never really a gang city.
I mean,
there was a lot that went on, but it was never like LA and Seattle, and Chicago, and New York, and other countries even.
But it goes to show how strong media
It
influences people, and things like Cuties shouldn't exist.
Well, it's going to influence those kids.
Totally.
Those kids were stealing and being slutty, and that's something that's not really for a kid at all.
No. So Trump's got COVID,
I
eh?
couldn't believe that stuff. Yeah, that's nuts. That was ridiculous.
That's ridiculous. So I think it's. I think he started off saying it was a hoax or something along those lines. A leftist.
I don't think it's a hoax.
I don't think it's a hoax. I mean, people are getting sick.
How many people apparently were buried?
In BC, there was 227 deaths.
We got it now probably from hanging out today.
I don't know.
I'm joking around.
I mean,
I'm just I'm kidding. But there's that guy, what's his name? It doesn't matter. 10,000 people haven't gone BC. That's earlier today. Just under 10K.
well, there've been a lot more cases, but there've been a lot more tests. That's the thing.
There was 4 people that had it. That guy fell down the stairs, and he tried to wait it out at home, and 2 days later he fell down the stairs and blacked out. Then he fell down the stairs again, blacked out, and had to go to the hospital and get put on a ventilator. I saw that on the news last weekend, and I'm like, what?
Just because he had problems breathing?
Yeah, he was like, damn sick. Like really sick though.
Yeah, but Trump's been like downplaying it, and I think he's on
that was
steroids.
horrible. He's like, China virus, the China virus. How did he say it? He's like, the China virus.
I don't know.
And I'm like, dude, what's the? I was like,
He kind of looks like a fish.
I almost turned off the TV because it's so racist towards Chinese people. And I'm like, dude, you idiot. Like, I have Chinese friends, man, so it's like, it pisses me off, man.
Yeah,
So
it's
like,
kinda,
it's, I don't know, man, even if it actually came from the wet market.
yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of speculation on that too.
I mean, obviously they're not clean, but
Obviously.
you know, like just the way he said. Remember when have you seen him say it? I was like, what a clown.
China.
He's like, China virus, and I'm like, dude, you idiot. Like, what the hell, man?
I mean, apparently.
They could have made that in a lab for all you know.
Yeah, apparently they knew about COVID 2 years ago, or in 2019, in labs in the States. They knew about this COVID-19, this disease,
Corona.
this virus.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, Trump's got it. It's kind of funny. Some people might think that he's, trying to fake it so that he can get the sympathy vote.
I don't believe that, do you?
No, I don't. I think he's got it, and I think he's got. I think he's on steroids to make him feel like he's 20 again.
I don't think so. Like, you can feel 20 again. I mean, once you're past 20, dude, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you don't feel 20 again.
I feel like I'm 80 today.
Yeah.
My back, shoulder, knees, everything. We're getting old, buddy. I'm fine, but I mean, all the sports I played and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't feel like you're 20 just because you do roids and any kind of like HGH. You only feel that way once when you're 20.
Yeah.
But he's more of an expression. It's more of an expression, whatever. It doesn't matter. But anyways, yeah. Trump, that guy's ridiculous. I always thought he was funny, but not after I seen the China virus.
Yeah.
And the shit he said about the BLM protesters. They have every right to go AWOL like that, in my opinion. I mean, what they've been through their whole lives, though. Like all those people, right?
Yeah. Yeah, like it's hard for people to get. Even in Canada, there's harsh racism.
I know a lot of friends that were black. I couldn't even get apartments. Well, in Toronto, even here, man.
Let's talk about Quebec and Joyce
And
Echequan.
Aboriginals.
Joyce Echequan, who live streamed.
That was nuts.
Like the last minutes of her life. No, that's all good.
I saw it, and I read the comments, and I'm like, wow.
I can't believe how racist they were. Like, the comments were just horrible. She went in there with a stomach ache. She probably had an ulcer, and she has a weak heart.
Wasn't she doing dope though, too?
I don't know.
I didn't read up more on it.
I didn't look into that.
It really made me disgusted. I didn't even want to see it.
Even if she was like,
Yeah, I couldn't care less.
if she has a weak heart and she was doing dope, she would have died earlier, don't you think?
I don't know. Probably.
But
I've seen a lot of people get messed up from drugs, but I don't want to deal with them. But I don't. If I was a nurse, I would comfort her and take care of her, and that's my job, to shut my mouth.
yeah, and I mean,
I'm offended, and I'm just a white guy here sitting here watching, like, you know,
Yeah.
the news, and I flipped out, to be honest. My neighbors hear me yelling at the TV, and it's like, what the hell?
Huh?
But I can't help it. I'm like,
Well,
it
it's
just
so-
offends me. Like, I
is
wanted
it
to like
systemic?
lose it.
I think
Can't do
they
nothing
were
about
trying
it.
to say it was the people working that were racist.
I
but
mean,
I'm starting to think the system is. I've seen it. I've seen. We were in Lillooet.
yeah, they get treated like trash there.
Yeah, and
By the white
Lillooet's
people.
a native community. There's a
Well, this
hospital
is all
there.
their land. Every little spot in BC is native land.
Yeah, it's unceded.
At one time, they all had this to themselves, and they get charged rent.
Yeah.
They charge all this bullshit, and they get killed off, and alcohol introduced to them, and dope,
And
and
smallpox. And,
yeah, on blankets, right? That was in Seattle. They're not here.
well, there were 100 million
Yeah.
Aboriginals
Yeah.
in the Americas, and like they could have even had more population. There's so much land, right? Which kind of brings us into the next topic of the single child posters that have been going up.
The forest fire smoke's still bad. You can see it there.
Yeah. But the
Holy is bad over there.
there's been a movement to encourage people to have one child to reduce the population.
Yeah, that's retarded. I probably shouldn't say that, but that's ridiculous. Like, who would say that?
Yeah.
Like, that's like communism. No, you can only have one kid. Like,
Well, yeah, that's like in China, right?
right.
And I honestly believe that we're just so city dependent that like we have so much land, especially like California has about the population of Canada or more, and like
There's way more there.
I mean it's a melting pot down there, right?
It sucks there, eh?
Yeah,
I wouldn't live there.
I wouldn't want to live there, and like
It's nice there, but you have lots of money.
and there's,
And
people,
most
there's
people
people
don't.
on the street like you wouldn't believe now that COVID's going down. Yeah, it's like tent city.
I hate it. I remember when I went to Seattle, I was happy to go back through over the border. There was crackheads all around. And I was in grade 7. That would have been 1999. And I was like, with my friend Dustin, his mom played baseball. We just went to the bar and we had burgers and played video games at the arcade there at the bar.
Yeah.
But I was like, what the hell? And like, I can't wait to go home. Like, it sucks there, man. It's a whole different city. When you leave that border and you're in Seattle, it's a weird place.
Yeah, the state's kind of freaking out. But there's an argument that we're running out of resources. Yeah, I guess we're running out of gas or oil.
I don't know, probably. The air is pretty dirty. The water is the most important one.
Yeah, the water's bad. Our drinking water's full of lead and medications and what's that stuff that calcifies your pineal gland? Fluoride? Yeah. Like, you might not be putting it in the water, but that stuff just gets recycled back into the water that we
When I
drink.
pee in it, take poops.
That stuff's natural. Like, I'd rather drink like water that's been shit and pissed in and then filtered and cleaned
Yeah.
than fluoride and all the antidepressants and steroids that
Those
are,
make me. Those antidepressants, don't take them, man. Like,
Yeah.
They actually can change your brain. Some people need them, but I've seen people take them and I've tried them and they make me feel really weird. And like I weighed 100 more pounds than I do.
yeah.
Or like sometimes I felt like I weighed 2,000 pounds. Like literally, like if I pushed down on you right now, and hard as I started pushing at you and touching you and like pushing down, that's what I felt like.
Yeah.
I know that sounds stupid, but I just felt really weird.
But the argument
And
about resources,
Those are bad, dude.
we got a lot of resources, we just don't know how to manage them. I mean, the amount of waste that comes
greed.
out of the cities.
No, it's because of greed, though. Because
Yeah, it's
people,
greed, money,
that are in power,
capitalism.
though, they have it all. We don't have nothing.
Yeah. Grocery stores throw out feasts every day.
I went to the dumpster one day, not to take food, but I was curious and I wanted to see what was in the dumpster behind Safeway, and it was full of stuff. It's
Yeah,
the one
full
over
of
there
food.
at Kensington.
And there's people starving down on Main and Hastings. Well,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, we do have social programs that feed them.
That food sucks, man. I've been to those kitchens, not because I was poor, but I went there to help out and I ate some of their food and I was like, this tastes like plain water.
Yeah.
It does, man. I was like, you don't put anything in this and there's hardly any chicken in it or anything.
Hardly
The
any
soups.
chicken.
And I don't know. I mean, I guess it's okay that they have it, but I wouldn't really call those social programs in the 70s till like the mid 90s. They were better. They were better in the 70s, but I wasn't even around. But this is where we are, right? And it's not so good.
No.
I mean, being hungry sucks. I'm hungry again. I just ate.
Yeah.
Not like I'm skinny, but it's good though. But those people are so skinny, they're like you can push them over and they die.
Yeah.
Like I've had junkies try to attack me, and I'm like, dude, you're making a mistake. I'm like this, and I push a guy, and he falls over, and he's like, oh. I'm like, I told you to not touch me. So that's a difference between if I fell right now and got hurt. Like if I fell, I would scrape myself up a bit, but nothing would break, or I'd get right up and laugh at you. But those people are so far gone. I'm not eating right. It's sad to see. I know they made bad choices, but you don't know. You really don't know. I've known people that are they're so mentally ill that I see them. They're having psychosis.
Sometimes it's not about choice, you know?
And they're so out of their mind that they can't even do anything.
Sometimes it's not bad choices. Sometimes it's just growing up with, a shitty hand, getting dealt a shitty hand.
Well, they let it bug them. I don't know. I've seen friends of mine let that stuff make them loopy in the head.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I try not to think about that stuff.
Yeah, as far as resources go, we just greed and capitalism is kind of driving
Clownism.
Like
capitalism. It's harsh clowny.
Wherever there's
it's better though, I think, in a lot of ways than communism.
Wherever there's profit, there's deficit.
Yeah, millions of deficit that we're paying for as taxpayers.
So, yeah, I think capitalism has kind of served its purpose, but we could go back to how those 100 million native people lived in harmony with you.
Well, I still want to live alone though.
Oh, you would live alone?
I want to live alone.
Oh, you want to?
Yeah. And I like Native people. I go to the powwows and different things, and I did art, and I met different tribes and lots of hot Native women and whatever. But I mean, when the day's done, I want to go home and be alone and have groceries in my own fridge, and a PlayStation or computer or whatever, and just be alone, watch YouTube or turn on the TV and watch the news. I mean, I never liked after the powwows, they were great, but anything that I wanted to go home by myself. Usually I did, but anything else I did, like any kind of community activity, I think people need their own space at the end of the day.
Yeah.
For your mental health. I mean,
for sure.
But I wouldn't want to live in a community.
No.
No. You want to? I love community.
I love being alone. I love saying hello to my neighbors.
I don't talk to people for days. I love it.
I love people.
My neighbors hate me. I'm so ridiculous. I get loopy and make noise. But then their kids run down the hallway screaming, and their mom's like, shh. One day I asked her, I'm like, hey, listen, I don't care if your kids scream. And then you always hear them going, shh. She's like, what? I'm like, yeah, I don't care. You don't need to tell them to shh. When I was a kid, I was riding my dirt bike up the stairs. I mean, at 5, trying to ride up the stairs and kicking soccer balls at the wall. And your kids they're not loud. Yeah. She's like, huh? Wow. They're from Russia. And I'm like, yeah, listen, it's fine. I don't care. Yeah. And she's like, oh, and then these neighbors move in. They're Mexican, and one apartment, one's Brazilian. They're playing music, and I hear samba, and I hear all this funny different music, and I'm like, cool, man. And then she's like, she's saying you're not that loud, and I thought it was just you with the music, and I'm like, no, actually, I don't really play music. And she's like, no, I hear all the new neighbors, they play music like Eminem and everything. I'm like, yeah, because whatever, it's just how people are.
So you wouldn't want to be friends with all your neighbors?
No, man. I don't mind them, but they don't like me that much.
No, but wouldn't you like?
I don't have a problem with them. I mean, honestly, if some weirdo came in the building and attacked them, I'd probably be the first person to open the door and deal with it. Because the cops don't come for 10 minutes, dude. Yeah. So, but I care about them. I just want to be left alone. I don't like when they try to come talk to me at 2 in the morning or 11 o'clock at night or try to get me to invite me over to their place. This fake rapper wanted me to meet her. This guy that was singing her song, and I just kept telling her, I said no. I don't want to hang out with you guys. Even if DMX or Tupac was to come hang out with them, I probably would say no. I mean, I met lots of famous people. I would probably be like, I would want to be in a song with Tupac, but I mean that's, you can all dream. But I mean, I don't want to hang out with people. I've never really been like that. I do have times where I hang out with you and stuff, and Mark, but when I was younger, I never wanted to hang out a lot, and when I did, usually people would do random nonsense. I had other friends do really crazy stuff, and I'm like, dude, I can't be around you, man. You're an idiot. I can't believe you just did that. That's why, and in general, people just get annoying. When I get home, I'm home usually, and I just want to be alone. Yeah, don't you?
No, I'm the complete opposite. I love people. I moved to North Burnaby, and I just can't wait to meet all my neighbors and have friends in the community, and yeah, I'm all about it. It's cool. Well, anyways, we should probably wrap it up.
Well, I mean, I like people too, but I like to be alone. I just think it's a lot simpler.
Yeah.
Don't you? Some people are no good, man. The drama.
Yeah. We should wrap it up.
For sure.
Is there anything else?
Well, I mean,
Nothing to list.
I hope the COVID-19 goes away.
Yeah, me too. Well, stay safe, guys. Tune in. We do this once a week.
It's nuts, man. Yeah, we do. So, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Like and subscribe. We're always going to be doing this.
We love you. Live long and prosper.
Peace out, guys.